Remember caste census and the demand which the opposition has been putting forward for a very long time continuously. Now the Modi government ahead of the Bihar election has made a huge political move. It will have ramifications because this is something which, till very recently, the BJP was not very comfortable with. The opposition used to hit out at the BJP for the caste census. Now a big announcement has been made by the government, and the government has said in an announcement which was made by Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw that the caste census will take place in the upcoming census exercise. Remember, 2021 was when the decade, the 10-yearly census was supposed to take place. Could not because of COVID. It is expected that this year it could in fact start the process. In that census, now the government has also included that they will be collecting the caste data. The minister in fact said that the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs met today and decided to include caste enumeration in the forthcoming census. This comes just few months because we are expecting at the end of this year in about October, November, the elections in Bihar. So just a couple of months, few months in fact, before Bihar election, the government has made a big political move. Remember, this was a big political war of words between the government and the opposition on the caste census. Till recently, the BJP said that opposition is dividing the nation on caste. Now the government has endorsed that they are going to use this. There are going to be some fallouts as far as this entire census is concerned. Very quickly, 6 top things that has been said as far as the caste census is concerned. The government has announced caste census. That's the top story. That's the big news. Number 2, on the caste census development, opposition has questioned the timing of the caste census move at a time when the government everybody is looking at the government for, what is happening with Pakistan. Opposition questions the timing. Number 3, the caste census move ahead of the Bihar polls. Will there be a massive repercussion of this? Number 4, Congress has claimed credit after the government's move. All opposition parties say that it is their sustained pressure which the government has finally now come down to and announced this. RJD has said we demanded this caste census 30 years back. Finally, it is being heard. And development number 6 at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, the government has said the census, a union subject, state can conduct surveys which largely hold no value. Let's listen in to some reactions, ladies and gentlemen, of the announcement and the counter from the opposition.
It is well understood that Congress and its India alliance partners have used caste census only as a political tool to ensure that a social fabric is not disturbed by politics. Caste enumeration should be transparently included. I'm emphasizing the word transparently included in the census instead of surveys. This will strengthen the social and economic structure of our society while the nation continues to progress. Under the leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, the Cabinet Committee of Political Affairs has decided today, that is 30th April 2025, that caste enumeration should be included in the forthcoming census.
ये हम लोगों की 30 वर्ष पुरानी मांग रही है और ये हमारे पुरखों की जीत है, समाजवादियों की जीत है, लालू जी की जीत है। आज हम लोगों की ताकत देखिए, समाजवादियों की ताकत देखिए कि इनको हमारे ही एजेंडे पर जो है काम करना पड़ रहा है। तो अब हमारी अगली लड़ाई ये होगी कि जब ये जनगणना होगी जिसमें इंक्लूड किया जाएगा कास्ट सेंसस का भी, तब उसके बाद जब नतीजे आएंगे देश के जो विधानसभा चुनाव में हमारी मांग रहेगी कि पिछड़ों और अति पिछड़ों के लिए भी, जैसे दलित और आदिवासी भाइयों का आरक्षित सीटें हैं, जो है आरक्षित सीटें जो है वो करनी पड़ेगी।
ये बड़ा और ऐतिहासिक फैसला है जिसके लिए मैं अपनी तरफ से, मेरी पार्टी लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी रामविलास की तरफ से, मेरे प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी का हृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं। मेरे बिहार की 14 करोड़ जनता की तरफ से और समस्त देशवासियों की तरफ से मुझे लगता है आज एक लंबी जो हम लोगों की इच्छा थी, मांग थी, ख्वाहिश थी, आज हर उस देशवासी की इस ख्वाहिश को मेरे प्रधानमंत्री ने पूरा करने का कार्य किया। जातीय जनगणना का सबसे ज़्यादा असर देश के तमाम उन गरीब जातियों से आने वाले लोगों को होगा जो संभवतः अभी तक मुख्य धारा के साथ नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं, केंद्र राज्य सरकार की योजनाओं का उस स्तर पर लाभ नहीं ले पाए हैं जो अपेक्षित था।
ನಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋನಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಬರೀ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಾ, ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಾ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಬರೀ ಈಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜನಗಣತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅದೇ ಸರಿಯಪ್ಪ. ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ.
Right, so these were some reactions, but at this moment, breaking news coming in. Home Minister Amit Shah has reacted to the government agreement of the caste census, the announcement of the caste census. The Home Minister has said it's a historic decision by the Modi government, and he has also, in fact, hailed this as a big move. For the people. Congress and allies opposed caste census is a line that the BJP has taken. Of course, they are quoting historical data and said the Congress government opposed caste census. Now the Modi government is fulfilling the promise of the caste census as far as people of this country are concerned. Decision will empower backward groups, says the Home Minister. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me very quickly introduce my guest to discuss this at this moment. I have Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Brajesh Kalappa, Spokesperson of the Congress Party. Also with us, Mr. Badri Narayan, Director, GB Pant Social Science Institute, is joining us as well. Gentlemen, thank you. Good evening for joining us. Before I fire my questions, let me very quickly also tell our viewers that there are few states which have conducted the caste survey. So let's just very quickly, tell our viewers 3 states which have already done the caste survey, which have already, in fact, conducted this exercise. Though it is not caste census that is mandated by the government. Bihar, when it was the Mahagathbandhan government with JDU in tow, Telangana, the Congress government, and so has Karnataka. They have done an exercise called the caste survey, not the caste census, because that is mandated only for the national government. And this has been a continuous opposition of the opposition. Let me very quickly tell you, just before the 2024 election, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition parties in 2023, the India Bloc allies came together and passed caste census resolution asking the government to, in fact, ensure this exercise. This joint resolution was adopted by 26 opposition parties, and they also said there is need to stop violence against minorities, need to stop crime against women and Dalits. So this resolution became a cornerstone as far as the opposition's demand for caste census is concerned. Last couple of years, you have heard the noise around the caste census from the opposition led by Mr. Rahul Gandhi and other political parties as well. It was a big political plank. In some states it worked, in some it did not. But as we go to my guest, let me very quickly tell you, there are certain fallouts of this. And these are the questions that we will be discussing. Government versus opposition, there is a massive credit war now which has broken out. The opposition says it's their sustained pressure. Meanwhile, the government says it has been done for the good of the people. Apart from that, the other important thing that we'll have to see, whether the opposition can benefit from its sustained push. Can they take that credit that it is our pressure? Or will the BJP steal opposition's thunder on the caste census? What will be the impact it will have in Bihar elections? Let's quickly go across and open it up for our guest. Let me start by asking you, Mr. Kalappa, very, very important demand of the opposition. The government today announces it. While everybody was, looking very anxiously at the PMO of what is happening, how will we respond to Pakistan? This is a big political move made by the government ahead of the Bihar election. How's the Congress party looking at it?
While the caste census is actually welcome, and Rahul ji has spoken about it extensively, he had recently spoken about it in Parliament, at which time Nirmala Sitharaman ji was scoffing at him, and members of the treasury benches were scoffing at him. But as usual, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi speaks, the treasury benches listen to it with great interest, and they also take detailed notes, and then they bring it back in one way or another as their own scheme. And this has been happening, I think, over the last 7 to 8 times on very major issues.
Aren't you
And we
worried,
have
sir,
also
that
been
the
observing-
government has stolen the march of the opposition on a very important issue, possibly ahead of Bihar elections, where a lot was being played or planked on the caste census, sir?
No, see, as far as the caste census is concerned, Bihar has already made use of the caste census, so this is not an issue which is going to touch the people of Bihar. Although the Modi Sarkar will try to sell
It is not
this.
mandated by the government or as per law. It's a survey which has been done. So there are two different things. The census that the government would be doing in the annual census, general census, and with the survey which has been conducted by the government of Bihar, which at this moment Mr. Nitish Kumar is sitting with the BJP on that.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. So there is already a caste census which has been done. One exercise has already been done in Bihar. So I don't know what kind of utility it will have in terms of electioneering. But we must appreciate that as far as Mr. Modi is concerned, he only moves from one election to another, and it's not governance which really bothers him. And we have been seeing it on every issue now, whether when he returned from Saudi Arabia, his first visit was to Bihar. So basically, winning elections is more important than governing the country or giving Pakistan a bloody nose.
Okay,
But that is Mr. Modi's nature.
Let
And
me
I think we
get
can't,
first
after
reaction
11
from
years
Mr.
now-
Guru Prakash Paswan as well. Mr. Paswan, what changed for the government? Till few days back, the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson on television channels, whenever there was a debate on caste census, said that this is a divisive mood. They are trying to divide the country on caste, and now the government itself is saying that they will conduct this exercise, sir. What changed?
No, Ankit, I don't agree with you. And I think if you look at the press conference that was done by the Honorable Union Home Minister on the completion of 100 days of Modi government, he categorically said, and I quote, he said to the press, he said while addressing to the countrymen that caste census will be done at an appropriate time. There was technical requirements, there were logistical requirements which were being taken care of. We have to understand that this is the real tribute to Baba Sahib Ambedkar. When we are having 75 years of constitution celebration, the caste census to achieve social justice, it is a remarkable work. We have to understand, in the last 10 years, Ankit, you would have noticed that the flavor of the political discourse has been social justice. In the last 75 years, for the first time, we saw an Adivasi ki beti reaching the highest constitutional office. Was it under the pressure of Rahul Gandhi? Was it under the pressure of opposition? Absolutely not. Social justice or Antyodaya, Pankti mein khade antim vyakti ka kalyan, has been one of the key commitments of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Mr.
This was not done
Paswan,
by
while
Mr.
you
Nehru.
say that on the completion of the 100 days of the Modi government, this was something that the government had committed to, but the fact remains that the opposition, at least unitedly as a resolution, has been following it up since 2023. While on many occasions, like I'm going to ask Brijesh Kalappa as well, will he give credit to the Modi government? Will the BJP and you will give credit to the opposition for at least raking up an issue with the government? Now things is also very important.
Ankit, you are a very senior journalist, and you would have seen during the Manmohan Singh government, a commitment was made to the nation. There was a commitment on the floor of the house that caste census will be done. But on the contrary, the data was never released. Mr. Nehru, why did he not do caste census? Ms. Indira Gandhi, why did she not do caste census? Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, why did not do caste census? Mr. Manmohan Singh, even after commitment, why did they not do caste census? Eventually,
Mr. Paswan, then
आप बोलने दो प्लीज सर
सर बोलने दे रहा हूँ सर आपको पूरा टाइम दे रहा हूँ बोलने का मैं साथ में एक सवाल जोड़ रहा हूँ जिससे कि और थोड़ा सा बेटर डिस्कोर्स हो जाएगा all I wanted to ask you is like you are saying that I agree Mr. Manmohan Singh the government conducted a caste census the data was never released what stopped the BJP from releasing it from 2014?
See, you have to understand that on record Mr. P. Chidambaram has said that there were discrepancies, 45,000 discrepancies, and they did not have the courage to correct it. The fact of the matter remains, Ankit, that we must understand that it eventually came on a prime minister who came from an extremely humble background. who was actually an OBC.
Okay.
This job of governance with empathy came to a man who actually rose from the rank, not from any entitled, privileged Gandhi family. They only made hollow promises, false promises. Who speak of caste census today? Who speaks of caste justice? Ankit, I am live from Bihar. Mr. Lalu Yadav speaks of caste census. Mr. Lalu Yadav speaks of social justice. When he gets an opportunity, he promotes his wife, Ms. Rabri Devi, to Legislative Council.
Okay.
When he gets the chance, he promotes Tejaswi Yadav. He promotes Tej Pratap Yadav.
Since you are speaking and making a comment, sir, I have to get my other guests as well. Since you are making a comment, go ahead.
Social justice cannot be restricted within your family. Social justice must reach to the marginalized and the disadvantaged section of the country.
Okay. While, as an argument, it may hold some water, but it doesn't mean that all the MLAs or the MPs of the Congress party or the RJD are only from the family. Yes, there is a fact that only certain number of people from the family are being pushed, and like the BJP would always argue that the top job is reserved for them. But there have been, of course, the causes that these parties have taken, some benefit that others have also, taken up for that. But Mr. Bradhi Narayan, let me understand this from you, sir. Like Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan was speaking about Bihar, what impact is it going to have on Bihar, sir? And the timing, because the opposition is also questioning the timing, by which the government has announced the caste census, sir.
Ankit, I'll come on the question raised by you. But before that, I would like to say that this caste census decision by the government, in one way, is going to stop various kinds of a small survey, which maybe you can say just survey industries of caste had been started by various state governments. There was no clear methodology, no well-elaborated methodology. There were not such transparency, and as we have already seen that there may be space of political use of those kind of survey. So now, if you have a caste census, all India caste census, you have a transparent data, you have a concrete data collected by a well-thought, well-planned research methodology. And then you can say authentically, look, this is the community, these are the people, the numbers are this, and the development needs to reach to them to the deeper level. First thing is that. Second is Bihar election. I think Bihar election is a very interesting election this time of day. It is going to be, it was a plan by the opposition to make an election of social justice models. There were 4 social justice models, as you know, Congress model, Samajwadi, Bhujanwadi model, and the Samagra Samajik Nyaya model, which BJP promotes. So they were contesting. They had a contest on all these social justice model. By this decision, BJP government declared that look, we are here to disseminate social justice resources to the marginals with authentic data. And whatever you are saying, we are for that, but in more samagra and holistic way.
Okay.
So in Bihar election, this caste census is going to play a bigger role. It is going to disarm opposition, Congress, and giving to arm to the BJP.
Okay.
And that is going to give a big boost to the BJP performance and in this election.
I'm coming back to you, sir. Brijesh Kalapa, just respond to what Guru Prakash Paswan was saying. While the Congress party, and I give it to your leader, has been consistent on asking for this while in opposition, but the fact remains that the Congress had many years from 1941, the last time the survey was done, the data was not released. From 1951, the whole process was stopped on the grounds that it will promote, some sort of differences within our polity and the people at that point of time. Since 1951 to 2011, till the time you were in government, there were many opportunities for you to, in fact, conduct this survey. You didn't do that, only as opposition. You think it's an electoral plank, which the BJP is also now utilizing.
See, as far as the 1951 till the present date, I think these questions are really irrelevant because one is that the BJP always raises this issue. It's always about Nehru. It's always about Indiraji. It's always about Rajiv ji. So I don't think these questions are relevant. And I think the people also realize that the BJP, when it has nothing, it blames all these three individuals and then the Mughals and so on and so forth. So I think, see, the real issue is that sometime in the 1990s, caste became a big issue and the question of proportionality became a big issue. The question is what number of caste members are there in a community, and therefore how much should there be their proportion of the overall share of resources be? I think this is the basic question that really came to the fore sometime in the 1990s. And then, of course, Dr. Manmohan Singh conducted an exercise, but there were some questions which were raised, and as you know, it's always an issue that the communities which are already developed, which are already in the forefront, they don't want, and as a rule,
Mr. Kalappa, very quickly answer me this, sir. Do you feel, because of the timing of what has happened with the announcement that has been made, do you feel that opposition has lost a big issue that they thought that they can hit the Modi government with?
See, Ankit, I think this is going to help us. The Congress party is going to be phenomenally helped thanks to the fact that Rahulji has put his neck out, stuck his neck out, and he has said it. And not on one occasion, on dozens of occasions. I think Rahulji's words have come true, and Rahulji's image has certainly risen as a result of this decision.
Well, this is the same kind of credit that the RJD thinks should go to Lalu Prasad Yadav. The Congress would want to give the credit to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, but the fact remains Bihar election would possibly answer, has the Prime Minister and the BJP stolen that credit, or is the opposition still be able to do anything about that? But Guru Prakash Paswan, like you were questioning the Congress party for many decades, not even thinking about caste census, and then suddenly, of course, raking it up. Their U-turn of using and trying to in fact utilize this as a political tool. Let me just bring out this affidavit that the centre had in fact put forward in the Supreme Court in 2021. And sir, I am quoting from the affidavit. The centre had termed the caste census exercise as unfeasible in 2021. I'm just talking about 4 years back. The centre also said it is going to be a very cumbersome exercise which is unfeasible. What prompted, sir? The government said administratively difficult and cumbersome. Hence, the government was not very keen on caste census. Let me then ask you, what prompted this U-turn, sir, then?
Examples, right from 2009, when late Gopinath Mundeji has said on record that we need caste census. Mr. Nityanand Rai, Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, on the floor of the House, has said that we'll do caste census. Like I said, Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah, while addressing the press, has said that we'll do caste census. The fact of the matter remains, Ankit, that social justice cannot be a domain of single family. I oppose reservation of any kind, said Prime Minister Nehru in a letter to Chief Ministers, 1961. There will be civil war, said Mr. Rajiv Gandhi on the floor of the House, if you apply the Mandal Commission recommendation. The U-turn which you have been accusing me or the Congress party is backed on the basis of facts. There are historical data, there are historical anecdotes that suggest that Congress party structurally is a elitist, privileged, entitled and a feudal organization. Look at what they did to Baba Sahib Ambedkar, what they did to Babu Jagjivan Ram, what they did to Sitaram Kesri, what they did to Kumari Shelja in Haryana. And that what costed them in Haryana. Look, the people of Haryana have responded. People of Maharashtra have responded. The people of Delhi have responded. The people of the entire country in 2014, 2019, 2024 has exposed the hypocrisy and the dual standards of the Congress party. Ankit, we have to understand. The social justice cannot be a matter of politics. Social justice is a matter of commitment for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it will remain so. Like I said, it is a historical day. There is a wave of enthusiasm among the marginalized sections of the country. The OBCs, SC, STs are embracing this decision, Ankit.
All right, whether the people see it like that or not, because like you quoted a few people from the BJP leaders from your party as endorsing it, the government itself in 2021 went and said it is unfeasible exercise.
Mr. Bharati Narayan,
I get it, sir. Mr. Bharati Narayan, let me understand from you in the end, what happens to those surveys which were done in the opposition ruled states? What happens to them now? Are they redundant once the government starts undertaking this exercise?
Yeah, Ankit, very good question you have raised. Indeed, after the caste census data, these data may be irrelevant in terms of policy dissemination of the government schemes, plan and all the reservation, whatever. But the government, this Congress government or the government where the other parties are ruling, they will keep their data with them for their own politics. And they will use, look, our data is saying this, your data is saying that. So there will be two data, my data and your data. But as you know, caste census data would be more authentic, more appropriately done. And that will be the set the marker of the development.
So the benchmark will be set by the government once it does complete the exercise of caste census. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, it has just been announced. The census already been delayed because of COVID. It's been 5 years. We are in the middle of the decade. At this moment, we are hoping that that starts very, very soon. And hence, the caste census will also be conducted under that. But at this moment, it becomes a big political story. And the impact of this will be, of course, answered in Bihar. Whether the opposition can run away with the credit, or has the Modi government taken away another issue from the opposition. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time out and sharing your views here on NDTV.